This is a country in motion. The land of hard work and independence. Its people bound only by their imagination. In Detroit, companies like Shinola are reconnected with the past, building a better future. Because of entrepreneurship, Detroit is coming back one step at a time. By working with their hands, people are dreaming again. These are our people, our pride, our power. This is our time.
Shinola represents America at some level, I believe. It represents the notion that anything is possible. It shows that what this country was built on is real and is still here. The people of this city are what Shinola is so excited about, and what really brought us here is the people's tenacity, and they're willing to be part of such an interesting comeback. Bicycles and watches are an extension of oneself. They are assembled here in Detroit in a similar fashion to automobiles.
I'd spent, 25 or 30 years making bikes in Italy, Japan, China, and Taiwan, and I never made bikes in the U.S. just because the industry had moved offshore, 30, 40 years ago. It was an opportunity to actually make bikes here. The heart and soul of a bicycle is the frame and the fork. We're making that with U.S. steel in Waterford, Wisconsin. It was never really an option to import the frames from Taiwan. We start out with steel. You've got iron ore. You mix the chromium and molybdenum and ferrous steel, and then you extrude it and butt it, and then you cut it and weld it. So it's starting with raw materials up to a finished good that represents just about every manufacturing process. It's a very hands-on assembly process. We're not working on an assembly line like in China where they spit a bike out every minute or two. We're doing a very careful hand build. If you take care of these bikes and you don't keep them out in a salt environment, you can pass these on to your children and grandchildren. I really hope people would step away from the computer and get on a bicycle. I think you really have an emotional connection to how you felt as far as freedom. What it feels like to be on a bike when you're a kid is freedom. And that's still what happens when you walk away from your computer and go for a ride. I hope the legacy of Shinola would be that we're able to sustain and grow this great idea of making things in America, and we can get more people on that bandwagon to support what we're doing, and that this is just the beginning of a stronger revival of Detroit and U.S. manufacturing, not just in Detroit.
It's that thing that's coming back, the reinvigoration of manufacturing in America, and showing the world that it might have left our shores, but it's still here, and we're still here, and we're doing it again.
Have you ever heard the saying, "You don't know shh" from Shinola? This Detroit-based brand started in 1907 making shoe polish, but today the Shinola company is making headlines because of their watches. In 2011, the entire company was reimagined. Shinola wanted to do something unheard of and bring watchmaking back to the United States. Today, every Shinola watch is handmade in Detroit, Michigan. They build watches meant to stand the test of time, and these quality timepieces have an unprecedented lifetime guarantee. Not only are the watches and leather goods exceptional quality, the Shinola factory is getting people back to work using steel, leather, and labor to build goods of quality that haven't been made this way in this country in over 50 years. Here's my advice. If you're lucky enough to get a Shinola watch on your wrist when you visit Jewels by Kris in Juneau, then buy it. They have an incredible selection, and I promise that you will love this timepiece for the rest of your life. Every watch features an unscratchable sapphire crystal face and is individually numbered with a handcrafted quartz movement proudly displaying "Built in Detroit." In an era of one-time use and disposable everything, this brand has stood up and offered this warranty that is unheard of in the history of watchmaking. A lifetime warranty. Not just your lifetime, but the lifetime of the watch. For the first time, you can pass down an American-made timepiece to your grandchild, and it will still be covered 40 years from now. When you make watches in a city that refuses to die, there's no choice but to make watches guaranteed to last for life. Make sure you pick up your brand new Shinola watch at Jewels by Kris, only in beautiful Juneau, Alaska.